Hey, good morning, guys. It's now time for the Okeechobee Fishing Report. Yeah, I feel a little better this morning. My sinus is a little better. I got to get out on the lake and get a little fresh air yesterday. That helped a lot. But anyway, it's Tuesday, May the 12th, and the lake level was 1141, I believe, this morning. So it's coming on down. Got a little rain yesterday afternoon, which got to help, just helping our grass. I don't think it's going to bring the lake up any. Didn't get up. We need a lot of rain to get this lake up. It's 700 and almost 50 square miles of water. So it takes a lot. And we get a little evaporation every day. So, it's so hot down here. The fishing are biting good right in the middle of the day. I said yesterday I wasn't working yesterday, but I actually got to go out and do a ride along. We actually went out. Met the guys at 11 o'clock and we fished till about 3:30. And I wanted to show the guys that you didn't have to be the first ones on the lake. In fact, they mentioned that. Said, well, why do we have to be here at daylight? Well, if you want to catch fish around the grass and the shallow water out on the lake, yeah, you need to be here as early as you can. But there's fish to be caught in the middle of the day. Caught a big giant one yesterday on that pawpaw. I was fishing out of the back of their boat, just showing them some areas they could go to and catch fish all day long. And got to do a lot of fishing. Really, really nice guys. And they're fishing some local tournaments here. And they don't get a chance to come over and practice much. So they need all the help they can get. They need some coaching. And that's what I was doing yesterday. That's one of the things I really, really enjoy doing is teaching people, what I've learned over this lake over the years. And how I would put together a plan. How I would, start fishing Lake Okeechobee. If I was fishing a tournament, what would I do? Would I go to the grass early in the morning? Well, if you catch a bunch of 2.5 pounders out there, you're not going to win a tournament doing that. But I showed them you can catch some big fish in the middle of the day on Okeechobee. You just got to be in the right places. And that's where I come in. If you want me to get in your boat and go out with you and show you some places where you can catch fish pretty much all day long on Lake Okeechobee. And I even took them to some places where if the wind gets really bad and you can't fish a lot of the places, you can still go catch fish all day long. But anyway, you can give Deb a call, 239-560-2704. And I promise you, I'm having one of the best times sitting in the back of your boat showing you what I do, taking you to the spots, taking you out in the lake, showing you how to get out into the lake so you're not going to tear your stuff up. So it's going to make you a lot more comfortable. And that's just really, really, one of the best things I've ever done here. Because I've always loved coaching. Tommy Sanders at ESPN's always called me the teacher of bass fishing. Because I always try to teach people, even when they had me on the phone in some of those early tournaments, I would give some advice, what I was doing, why I was doing it, why you use certain baits. Why won't they bite certain baits at certain times? That's stuff I've learned over the last, man, I came here in 1984. I've learned a lot about Lake Okeechobee, seen it do a lot of things, but I'm really excited about what I'm seeing out there on the lake. There's a lot of fish in Lake Okeechobee right now, guys, and it has to do with a lot of our management. A lot of guys, the FWC gets a lot of negative stuff for the spraying they've done, but the fact that we have tournament after tournament after tournament every weekend, and this lake still has tons of fish in it. That's a lot of good stuff going on here. Let me tell you, the lake is clear in a lot of places, and they mentioned yesterday they actually came over and fished in the morning, and I didn't go out with them till like 11 o'clock. And but anyway, we had a great time. Really, really nice folks. I really enjoyed fishing with them, and they're going to book me again, before some of their tournaments because they don't have a lot of time to come over here and practice, and pro golfers have coaches, pro tennis players have coaches. Well, why shouldn't fishermen have a coach? I can't go out with them during the tournament and coach them, but I can take them out before their tournament and coach them. There's nothing wrong with that. Perfectly legal. Now some of the tours, you got to be careful. If you're coming down here to fish one of the big tours and you got off limits, you better make sure that I'm not in your boat during the off limits period. Before it's perfectly legal. And that's one of the things I really, really enjoyed doing. Did it a lot last winter because some of the bigger tournaments were here. But anyway, Remember, give Deb a call, 239-560-2704, and I can get in your boat and take you out there and show you what's going on. But anyway, like I say, there's just a lot of good stuff. I got to get out there on my own one day and fish some stuff that I haven't fished in a while, that I really think is going to be good. And some of these days, when we're going to have real calm weather, I want to get in my boat and go out and fish some stuff that I haven't fished. And trust me, there's a lot of stuff out there in Lake Okeechobee that I really think is going to be really, really good. I just haven't had the chance to get out there. The wind sometimes makes it impossible to do that. But I tell you what, there's a lot of fish in this lake that are not getting fished right now, and that's one thing I want to do. But if you want to get in my boat and go out and see how I hunt fish, hey, give Deb a call. You can get in my boat, and we'll go to places that I haven't been in a while, and I'll show you how I hunt fish. And remember, 239-560-2704. Well, guys, that's going to do it for the fishing report. We've got a little more of a rain chance today, so always watch that weather when you go out and make sure, the water's coming down. Make sure you got that stick in your boat. Maybe where you got on plane a couple of weeks ago, you might not be able to do it. You might have to keep idling a little bit more, and that's what the guys did this morning. They went out, and they had to idle way out. But, they came in. Their boat was perfect, so... that we were in, I can't remember we were in Phoenix yesterday. Great boat. But anyway, if you want to get me to get in your boat, remember, give Deb a call and put that stick in your boat too. But I got to thank Okeechobee County for making it possible for me to get up every morning and give you all these tips. Visit OkeechobeeCounty.com. Of course, Lakeshore Marine, if you go on their Facebook page, you'll see the stuff they're doing every day. They're selling more Mercuries and Suzukis than anybody in Florida. Of course, power pole, you got to have the original power pole. There's none better. Don't even think about any other thing than the original power pole. Clueston Golf Course is in tremendous shape. We're going to be doing a kids event here within the next few weeks. I'll be talking about that a little bit more. I get to fish with about 40-something kids out there at the golf course, and trust me, they will catch them. We do it every year. Joanne Jordan, State Farm Insurance, got everything insured with her. The bait station in North Fort Myers, they build my jerkbait rod. K&M Drugs, Pogie's Family Restaurant, and RV1 Mobile Repair, they got a bunch of new air conditioners in. They can come install you a new air conditioner on your RV in your campsite. Plus, they're doing a lot of other stuff there. But call this number, RV1, Fix My RV, and talk to the guys. I met these guys on a ride along. Took them out there, and they said, man, what do we have to do to get on your fishing report? I said, well, just let me know you want to do it. And if anybody else wants to be a part of our fishing report, trust me, there was 3.4 thousand people viewed my fishing report yesterday morning. And they like the fact that it's short. It's only about 10 minutes or so. And I give real good reports on what's going on the lake. So if you want to be a part of that, we do it 7 days a week. And give Deb a call. Tell them you'd like to be a part of our daily BigO report. And we'll get you hooked up. And we'll represent your company really, really well. But anyway, until tomorrow, hey guys, y'all go fishing. Take an umbrella or maybe take a rain suit with you. You might get a little rain today. Who knows? You never know on the BigO when you get out there what the weather's going to be like. But I always always try to take a rain suit just in case. Well, guys, until tomorrow, y'all go fishing. Pretty sure you're going to stay hooked up.